Romance for sale, women demand luxury, dating in China feels like an absurd auction. In today's China, the marriage market is becoming increasingly distorted. Many women are no longer interested in building careers or partnerships. They're focused on finding wealthy, successful men to depend on for life. But men, far from being naive, are pushing back. Many would rather stay single than settle for partners they see as entitled, unrealistic, or out of touch. This is a blind date rejection. An older woman went on a blind date with a wealthy man, made bold demands, and was immediately cut off. I don't like men who can't even make 200,000 yuan a month. I have to spend hundreds of thousands of yuan every month on bags, cosmetics, and clothes. Having afternoon tea and a meal with my girlfriends. If you can't even make 200,000 yuan a month, how can you support me? Let me tell you the truth. I can't even take out 20 yuan from my pocket, and I make 200,000 yuan a month on the internet, and I just order others to support me. This isn't an isolated case. Conversations like this one are becoming increasingly common and increasingly absurd. It seems like women are only looking for security. Hey, my friend broke up and wants to find a boyfriend. Can you introduce one to me based on your resources? What kind of man does she want? Find someone who makes you feel safe. He should be rich, have a stable life, and always have money. It's best if he is ambitious and can make a lot of money in the future. He should also be romantic, know how to spend money on her, have a sense of ritual, and dare to spend money on everything. Hey, let me ask you, why did she break up with her ex-boyfriend? Her ex-boyfriend is actually a good person, but they are not suitable for each other, and he spent less money on her. To some, spending money has become a non-negotiable requirement in relationships. It's no longer a gesture, it's the foundation. Next story. The price of a relationship. Well, now that I have talked to you for so long, I feel that you are a good person, and your financial conditions are pretty good. Just as a gift for a meeting, how about we go to the mall later and you buy me a bag? The bag should not be too expensive, about 20,000 or 30,000 yuan. Oh, that means we go to the mall now and buy you a bag of 20,000 or 30,000 yuan, to show sincerity. But I still can't accept your conditions. What conditions? Hey, you haven't said it specifically. How much is your specific gift? About 1 million. Give a little to the family, a little to the younger brother, and a little for your own living needs. That kind of thing. You decide. Unacceptable. Isn't this a normal procedure for marriage? It's just a gift. This kind of thing is very normal. Give what should be given to the woman. And the car you just mentioned has to be bought before marriage, right? Yes, if you are not willing to pay, how dare I be with you? Where is love, there is money. If you are not willing to spend money on me, how can I know your heart? How about this? If I can meet your conditions, this car will be bought after marriage and written in your name, and I will also write your name on the house when you marry. As for the bag, you marry. I will buy it for you after we are engaged. I don't want to spend tens of thousands on a blind date today. But I must test you. What if you are not willing to spend even this money? How can I continue with you later? I worked hard to earn that money. Every penny you earn now is not easy. How can you be so whimsical? But you can earn so much. It's like you have a few hundred yuan. Yes, but we are not even friends now. We didn't know each other before, and we didn't have any social interaction. We just met here today through a matchmaker. You have a fundamental problem with your thinking. Stingy man, you are a stingy man. This scene, though extreme, highlights a very real trend. Rising expectations with little self-awareness. It reflects the current imbalance in the dating market, where demand often far outweighs reality. Sometimes the blind date scene feels less like courtship and more like a bizarre mix of a wishing well, talent show, and fantasy drama. Someone shows up and says, I just want to find someone who will let me lie flat. Well, if you're aiming for a second-generation rich heir, you better have a project they want to invest in. These men aren't fools. They back high-value assets, not sweet-talking stocks. You think you're looking for a husband, but in reality, you've launched your own fantasy dating talent show, and the entry fee is money. The real problem isn't that people have high standards, but that they lack the self-awareness to match them. It's not wrong to dream, but don't confuse fantasy with reality. It's fine to want to lie down, but you still have to stand up first. China's coastal miracle crashes, Fuzhou faces mass protests, and major economic meltdown. In a place once hailed as China's economic miracle, something is breaking. Shops are shuttering, homes are worthless. And the silence of vanished business owners is louder than any protest. What's really happening in Fujian? In Xiamen, business owners are vanishing, some silently, some suddenly. Following the rules feels like slow death. Breaking them feels like execution. Tens of thousands of small and micro business owners now live on the brink. Orders have dropped by 60%, and profits are thinner than A4 paper. Bosses, buried in triangular debts, shuffle between banks and courts. Over 90% now have heavily damaged credit reports. Banks show no mercy. Many have mortgaged their homes, turned to loan sharks just to cover payroll, and cry alone in empty factories at night. Work is too hard now. No customers at all. At home, we just grow vegetables, fetch water from the well, and eat simply. It's peaceful. But everyone left home to chase something better. Fujian, once the pride of China's coastal economy and a beacon of private enterprise, now leads a grim list. It's China's first large-scale economic casualty. The province's robust export industries, from textiles and footwear to electronics, once made its cities run 24/7. But now, the lights are dimming. In Fuzhou, the 3-year bankruptcy rate for restaurants nears 100%. High rents, labor costs, and fierce competition have crushed small eateries. The once thriving husband and wife shops are losing to branded chains with stronger supply and marketing. At Kaiyuan Road, Xiamen. Boss, are you transferring your shop? No, but many ahead are. That one sold snacks, then perfume. Now, it's just shuttered. In Dongbai Mall, Fuan, store closures mount. Homogenized offerings, poor utilities, and tough property standards make survival hard. In Baolong Zhongfang Wanbao City, stores are nearly empty. Landlords now bear the burden. Kangshan Wanda once bustled. Today, most units are sublet or closed. Even popular brands can't survive here. Within just 20 meters, 5 stores have gone under. Yonghui Supermarket on Student Street, a long-standing retail anchor, has shut its doors. And it's not the only one. One restaurateur, after 20 years, closed shop. Another hotel chain deputy manager confirmed prices have collapsed beyond expectations. In Fuzhou's Jinshan, a home once worth 3 million yuan now goes for 1 million at auction. Mortgage defaults are skyrocketing, especially among entrepreneurs who bet on real estate to fund businesses. They now face debts on homes that have halved in value. In Fuzhou's real estate market, panic has set in. Everyone is selling. One agent said second-hand listings hit record highs. In Taihei Fuzhou Bay, a man begged to sell a 2.4 million yuan home for 1.3 million. Still no takers. Prices are falling fast. Many predict a drop of 50% or more, turning most cities into Hegang models, where homes are worthless. In Putian, unemployment is rampant. Even months after the Spring Festival, dozens still apply daily. One business owner let go of longtime staff to cook meals himself. On factory gates, court seals and judgments are posted. One example, Zhongmu Technology. Once valued at 9 billion yuan, with investors like Xiaomi and Lenovo, it's now shuttered. The boss fled. Workers haven't been paid in 3 months. In another case, a Fujian shoe factory once exported millions of pairs to the US per year. Now, not a single order. Operations have stopped, and 2,000 workers are on unpaid leave. Private businesses in Fujian have long juggled high debt, high costs, and thin profits. With U.S. trade pressures and economic slowdown, many have simply walked away. This isn't just the fall of a few factories or shops. It's the unraveling of a dream, one business, one family, one vanished voice at a time. Fujian is the warning. Who's next? Deadly floods hit China. Whole villages drowned. People beg for help, but the CCP buries the truth. The house is gone. Ouch! Oh! From June 18th to 21st, torrential rains swept across southern China, triggering severe floods and landslides in provinces including Hunan, Hubei, Guangxi, Chongqing, and Guizhou. So scary. All this water. This footage captures flooding in Chongqing, where streets turned into rivers. 2 men are seen struggling against rising waters. No more electric bikes. No more electric bikes. No more electric bikes. Look at that man. Vehicles were swept away by the current, reduced to helpless objects against nature's force. Just washed away. Oh, this car has been washed away, and many cars have been washed away, my God. In the face of disaster, many residents had no choice but to await rescue. Floodwaters even breached subway stations and schools. In one grimly ironic scene, a flooded area displays CCP propaganda. Struggle for 100 years, embark on a new journey. Come here, come here. In Hubei province, the devastation was equally severe. A car submerged in floodwaters could be seen with its windshield wipers still moving, an eerie signal that someone might still be trapped inside. Hurry up, those good sons below are going out. Where are you going? Look, we live on the 3rd floor. The 2nd floor is flooded. It's flooded. The 1st floor is flooded. I ran to the 3rd floor. It's so high. I just came from there. Suddenly there was a landslide. I can't get through. I can't get through. I can't get through. What should I do? The bridge just collapsed. Oh God, the water. Zhonglu town in Lichuan City, Enshi, Hubei, was one of the hardest hit areas. A video captured from a lifeboat shows floodwaters reaching the 1st floor of buildings. That's a chicken. The chicken is still there. The latest news report. Look at this railing. Every route is almost flooded, and Haitong Market is about to be flooded. What can I do? The toilet under the bridge has been scraped out of feces. This water is about to flood the bridge. In Macheng, Hubei, a woman watched in despair as her flower fields were swallowed by floodwaters. Hunan province also suffered extensive damage. By June 21st, 310 reservoirs had overflowed. Over 400,000 residents across 7 cities and prefectures, including Shaanxi Tujia and Miao Autonomous Prefecture, Zhangjiaji, and Changde, were affected. Villagers in Xixiping, Zhangjiaji reported that their towns had turned into a vast ocean. In total, 13 rivers and 16 monitoring stations across the region recorded water levels above emergency thresholds. In Ronggon County, Guangxi, the Rongjiang River rose to 115.15 meters, surpassing the warning line. The flood in Jinchengjiang Market has reached the 2nd floor. My God, it's much more scary. It's worse than the flood in 1998. The water in Jinchengjiang has gone down a lot today. But this market has not lost money yet. The things that have not been sold have all been soaked and ruined. The losses are heavy, and the people are suffering again. In Lihu Township, Hechi City, Guangxi Province, floodwaters overflowed riverbanks and submerged infrastructure. Yeah, it's like a whirlpool. About 50 meters above our Pengyu village, Wind and Rain Bridge, there is another landslide, which is also quite large. It has not been cleared today, so it is difficult to pass through. Motorcycles can pass, and pedestrians can walk over, but everyone must pay attention to safety. Everyone must pay attention to safety when passing through these places. Online, frustration boiled over as citizens watched floodwaters rise and government support vanish. There's barely any rain, but we're drowning from the ground up. Rebuilding boosts GDP? Tell that to the families who lost everything. Flood control is zero. Military tech is world class. The people suffer. Officials get rich. State media stayed quiet. Netizens mocked the propaganda. Watch the floods, then switch to CCTV. Suddenly, life's a sweet dream. Anger turned to disbelief. They throw billions at global events, but not a cent for flood victims. Officials sit on mountains of cash and gold, yet we're told to self-rescue. Not one top CCP leader showed up at disaster zones. Instead, they're busy tracking citizens, censoring voices, and expanding control at home and abroad. To many, the message is clear. The regime doesn't just abandon the people in crisis. It hides the suffering, buries the truth, and protects its power above all else.